Hey, good morning. How y'all doing? It is well Redbeard. It is a damn fine day to talk about some books. It's been a while since I've been here. We're here for Beard Book Talk, where I show you what I read, what I got, what I'm gonna read. Been busy. We're back to full on high school football. Spent the entire weekend with 38 high school football players. Slept on an air mattress in a high school gymnasium on Friday and Saturday night. Took them to a theme park on Saturday. So it's been weird and exhausting, but this is my last go round. I coach because my son plays, and he is I mean, I coach for all the other kids too, but in honesty, I'm there because my son plays, and this is his senior year. So been doing that, and been taking him around to colleges. He's got some offers to play Division I football, a couple Ivy Leagues, Cornell and Penn, and then he got Morehead State, which is local, like an hour away. And he got Butler, which is in the same division as Morehead State. It's in Indianapolis, a couple hours away, 3 hours away. But those are all he's going to get to play football. He's going to get to play Division I football, but they're non-football scholarship schools. None of those schools give any money for football. So, he's a high academic kid too, so he's going to get a lot of money for that. But he just got Colgate, which is 10 hours away in New York, and it is the first one that is a full 4 year football scholarship. It costs $90,000 a year to go to school there, so it's like a $360,000 education, but it's 10 hours away. So we're dealing with that, trying to figure out what the right thing for him to do is. Ultimately, we're going to try to go to every game, so it's a 10-hour drive one way. The no like convenient flights, right? Like flying into Syracuse is super expensive, and flying into anywhere else is like still a 3-4 hour drive after you get off the plane. So anyway, trying to figure all that out. So it's exciting. It's a bit sad, and yeah, that's where we're at. So I had a great week reading. Like I said, I have not been here. I haven't been shooting videos, but I actually read a lot. I've been doing some graphic novels. I did a poetry book. I got through a couple other longer books and so forth. So stuff that I read. I picked this up on a whim. I actually bought it on a whim, and like a buy three get one or buy two get one on eBay. This is Love Her Wild by Atticus. Look, I really dug this book. I 4-star liked it, but then I went out and looked what other people were saying about it, which is a horrible thing to do. Just go with what you feel. Some people call this Instagram poetry. Some people call it euphemisms. It's very, very short poetry. It's, you know, Love Her Wild, but it's in three sections of love, and then poems about her, and then poems about wild. Really like the love part up front. It's weird. I'm not going to make apologies for liking it, but um, I can see what what I guess poetry, what's the word? Poetry snobs would probably think about this, but I loved it. I mean, where I read philosophy, where I love short one-liners and shit like that. I mean, this just hit right for me. I gave it 4 stars. This is Love Her Wild by Atticus. Um, I actually got this book. I got this book at Half Price Books in Indianapolis when we were up there visiting Butler. This is How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix, and I actually read this book this week, front to back. I didn't love this one. I gave it 2 stars. I think it's my third Hendrix read. I've done My Best Friend's Exorcism, and I've done Horror Store, and I really liked both of those. This one fell flat for me. I did a couple graphic novels, like I said. I did The Rattler, by Jason McNamara, and I actually really dug this. This is cool, gory crime graphic novel, and it's all black and white, except for the blood, like the blood. And at the end of this sucker, there is a lot of it. So, anyway, I actually really enjoyed this. I think I gave it 4 stars, maybe three. Um, so, and then I did. Look, I am guilty of not reading much Joe Lansdale. I've read a couple of his books. I know I read The Thicket. I think I read The Bottoms. I've not read any of the Happen Leonard stuff. I've meant to at times and then just not done it. I read this though. This is Savage Season in graphic novel format. I don't know how true it is to the actual novel, but this was great. Like I really liked this. It really pulled me into who Happen Leonard are, and made me want to kind of dive in and read some more Lansdale. So we'll see. I got tons of reading goals. So we'll see what happens. I finished Shock Induction by Palahniuk. It's Palahniuk, but I've always said Palahniuk. It's Palahniuk. But yeah, I didn't love this one either. I gave this book 2 stars. And I don't know. It's just out there. I mean, Palahniuk stuff is so out there. It's so boundary pushing, and for me in this particular case, it fell flat. But this is Shock Induction by Palahniuk, and then I finished The Valley of Horses by Gene M. All. This is book 2 in the Clan of the Cave Bear Earth's Children series. I liked this book. I liked it a lot less than Clan of the Cave Bear, and I'm hoping that that's not gonna hold true through the next 3 or 4 books because this is a series that I'm doing. My stuff is blurring and whatnot. I don't know what's going on there with my camera. Hold on. Also, I realize that I'm probably speaking at 80% volume right now. So while I'm thinking about it, let's see if I can fix that. There. Huh. I don't know why it does that. I should know more about my own computer, but I do not. Anyway, I gave it 3 stars. It's not as good for me as Clan of the Cave Bear. So that is the stuff I read. That's the stuff I finished. I am actively reading Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury. One of those books that I can't believe I've never done. I mean, I've done 4 or so. I mean, I did Fahrenheit 451. I've done The Martian Chronicles. I've done The Illustrated Man. I've done October Country. But had never read this book, been wanting to read it. I actually have a nice hardcover copy of it in by my reading chair in my bedroom. But I'm reading it in this paperback format because um, I I like the readability of these things, and it's been a long time since I've read a mass market paperback. I read a couple of those Jack Ketchums that I did on vacation, and I just love this format. I mean, especially if the text is not too small, and in this one it is not. So, yeah. So reading that, just knocked a couple bookmarks on the floor. And my audio book is a book I've wanted to do for a long time as well. A Simple Plan by Scott Smith. I loved The Ruins. It's my understanding that the man only wrote 2 books. This and The Ruins. That may have changed since the last time I looked, but I had this. I wanted to read it, and I'm doing this in audio, and I'm probably, I don't know, 150 pages into it. So, stuff that I got. Oh, man, I stopped this video because there was a stack of books in the next room that I wanted to show you, and I did not, and I basically stopped, restarted, and didn't go get those books. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna grab those books. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm not very smart. I did go grab those books, and so I basically just got up and walked away from the screen for no reason. So I've gotten a lot of stuff since the last time we talked. I bought a Jonathan Jan's lot on eBay for $20, and it had 8 books in the lot. I thought that was a steal. I've read a couple of these. I don't own any of them, so some of them I just kind of wanted for the shelf, but some of them I just wanted because I'm thinking about diving back in and reading some more Jonathan Jan's horror. But I got the Sorrows. These are all Flame Tree Press books. I got The Nightmare Girl. I got The Dark Game, which I believe I have read. I got The Siren and the Spectre, which I know I have read and liked. I got Dust Devils, Wolfland, Savage Species, and House of Skin, which I also think I have read, but I am not certain on that. So we'll check that out and see if I can remember if I read it or not. But, so that was a lot I got on eBay. And then I went to a half price books, the same one where I got the Grady Hendrix, How to Sell a Haunted House, and this was in Indianapolis. And I generally buy something. Like I'll see something I like there, and I won't get it, and then I'll go through the rest of the store, and I'll be like, all right, there was nothing else I wanted, and then I'll go back and grab it because I'm addicted to buying books. But I did buy a few uh paperbacks, like horror paperbacks here. I got In the Blood by Stephen Gresham. I gave like $2.99 for each of these. One of them was only $1.99, but In the Blood by Stephen Gresham. Night Visions, The Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker, Ramsey Campbell, Lisa Tuttle. It's actually it's edited by George R.R. Martin. And then I got The Shroud by John Coyne. And I got The Religion by Nicholas Conde. So that's what I got at that half price books. Nothing crazy. I went to a Goodwill, picked up a couple books. Nothing special really. I got River, a novel of the Green River Killings by Roderick Thorpe. I got the current, and I have not been reading my self growth stuff, but I did pick up a couple books that I think fit that bill. I got The Courage to be Disliked, the Japanese phenomenon that shows you how to change your life and achieve real happiness. Ichiro Kashimi and Fumitake Koga. And then I got Resilient by James Eldridge. It is restoring your weary soul in these turbulent times. So I got those. And then the only other thing I picked up a couple Stephen King books that I needed for. Oh, wait, hold on. I still got that other stack I went and got and forgot that I went and got. But I picked up a couple of Stephen King hardcovers I needed for the shelf. So, slowly rebuilding my King shelf. I did not have End of Watch, so now I've got the full Mr. Mercedes series in hardcover. And I did not have a hardcover copy of Eyes of the Dragon, The Eyes of the Dragon. And so now I have that, and I'll pull my paperback off and slip that one on there. And there you go. Yesterday, went and saw my daughter at Morehead State University, and there's a bookstore there. It's called the Fuzzy Duck. It's a coffee shop, the Fuzzy Duck, and then what's the bookstore? I always draw a blank on this. I think I got It's Coffee Tree Books. So the coffee shop up front is called the Fuzzy Duck, and Coffee Tree Books is in the back. And I love this store, and they've always got a table of discount stuff, and I always get something. So again, I've been doing some graphic novels. These graphic novels were marked down to $4.99. I picked up Talent. I know nothing about it, but again, I've been enjoying reading graphic novels like at the desk, like during downtime, as opposed to picking up whatever fiction I'm reading and getting in a few pages. I've been enjoying kind of like knocking out like part of a graphic novel. And then I got Royal City by Jeff Lemire. I've read a lot of Jeff Lemire stuff. I think he wrote some Animal Man DC comics that I read, and I know that I read all of Sweet Tooth. So I picked that up. And then I picked up The Wicked and the Divine, Volume 1. I've read this. I didn't own a copy of it, I don't think. And then I picked up Moonshine, Volume 1, which I think I've also read, but didn't own a copy. So I got those. And then I grabbed A Sliver of Darkness by C.J. Tudor for $7.99. I've read this, but I didn't own it. Wanted it for the shelf. And then I grabbed Wayward by Chuck Wendig for $6.99. I wasn't gonna. I read the back. I didn't realize this was book 2 of the Wonders series or whatever. And then I was like, it's $6.99. I mean, I kind of want to read those books. I'm never going to find that hardcover probably for $6.99. I mean, I guess I probably would on eBay, but not in, like new condition, basically. And so I grabbed it, and so I'm gonna go out of my way to get Wonders and probably do those two books in the near-ish future. So that's pretty much it. That's what I got. That's what I read. Stuff I'm gonna be reading when I finish A Simple Plan. I am going to either be reading Getaway because I've already downloaded these. I've already used my credits to get them. I'm either going to be going into Getaway by Zolja Stage, or I'm going to go straight into the Mammoth Hunters, which is book 3 of Earth's Children. When I finish Something Wicked This Way Comes, I am going to be reading The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, and get back on my Pulitzer quest. So that's it. That's everything. That's everything I've been working on. I appreciate you being here. Hope you enjoyed it. Going to try to get back to shooting some more videos, at least some short reviews. Don't know if I'm going to keep doing this longer format for reviews. We'll see, because at this point, with the graphic novels and all that, I'm pretty behind on shooting videos. But anyway, appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're enjoying all your books as much as I am. If not, you're reading the wrong damn books.